Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing your daily Walking Dead video for today. This one going to give our thoughts first on Andrew Lincoln saying that the Season 7 finale has more action than ever. I'll put the link in the description for you guys. It's from comicbook.com. I want to thank Andy G for doing my job for me and finding this and sending it to me, which is awesome. You guys can send me any articles you find or anything, and I'll give my thoughts on them. So check out the article for yourselves. It's freaking sweet. Andrew Lincoln talking about the Season 7 finale and things getting back on the right track again. So he says, Rick's swagger is back and he's reclaimed his mojo. I did a video on that. Rick reclaiming his mojo. I love it. I also like the word he uses. So he's getting his strut back. Love it. That was exciting, but also, as you said before, there's a palpable sense that the world is a lot bigger and he has to change as a man and as a leader as a result. It's very much driving towards a very exciting end point in the season, and all I will say is that normally we're shooting and it's very painful too for a lot of reasons. Leaving great friends and being apart from one another a lot. A lot of the core cast was separated, but what I will say is that there's a lot more energy and more excitement and enthusiasm and build and action than we've ever had at the end of a season. I've never seen the crew and cast be more ready to continue telling the story. So it's good news. I'm excited. I mean, I kind of thought that's what we were going to see at the end of the season anyway, so lots of action should be great. You guys know I love my action, and, Season 8 should be incredible. As we've been talking about for a while. Can't wait for All Out War. It's going to be sweet. Is Dusty says, hey, Trev, do you think all these actors are getting expensive for the show? Thanks. So yeah, probably. I mean, obviously they have to cost something. You have to pay everybody, and the show's gotten pretty big, and you have so many different, people in the cast now. So yeah, it's going to cost something. She was going to cost something. So, but the show does really well. I mean, compared to most other shows, and there's some other shows that do some pretty big things too. The Walking Dead's ratings are incredible. So, and now they're adding on some extra minutes at the end as well too of each episode to get a little bit more. So, yeah. I think it should be fine, and was happy to hear that they got 12 million views for the mid-season premiere. Blondie Lemio says, was anybody else let down by the meetup between Morgan and the gang? I mean, they all assumed he was dead, then they unexpectedly see him at the Kingdom, and instead of being all happy, they were just like, sup. Like he just came from a run or some shit. So that's a good point. That's true. I mean, you do have kind of the hug between him and Tara, but when Rick sees him and everything, kind of impartial to it. He doesn't seem to really care too much. But granted, they've had characters be killed off and stuff like that. Like you had Glenn and Abraham's death and all that, and they've been depressed and everything. So they're probably happy to see him and happy to hear that Carol is alive. But they didn't really show too much of it aside from Tara. So I guess that was Tara's duty in the group, at least for the show anyway, to show that she was happy to see Morgan again, even though it's not like they go back to season 1 to the beginning, which is pretty cool. That was a good line anyway. Bizarriza Jizza says, hey Trev, do you think the Saviors will break their promise with the Kingdom and enter through their gates to search for Daryl, Tiger style? Very cool, Tiger style. Bizarriza gives, I probably said your name wrong again, didn't I? But yeah, I do think that the Saviors probably would go in. I mean, I really don't think they care. Like, they have this deal with Ezekiel, right? But, are they really going to honor that? Are they the type of group that is going to? No, not really. I mean, what's the quote? Those who can't fight are at the mercy of those who can, right? So if they want to, and then Ezekiel's like, no, they have to weigh the options, but it seems like Negan wants to find Daryl regardless. So if Simon rolls up with the others, I wouldn't be surprised if they break their treaty, so to speak. So yeah, I could definitely see that. So we'll see what happens. Something's got to happen with the Kingdom, obviously. Take a shower, Stinky says, how did a weakling like Gregory become the leader of the Hilltop? So the Hilltop, I mean, I get the sense from the Hilltop that there aren't too many very strong characters there. I mean, you have Jesus, who's really, should I say he's strong? I mean, he's strong. He's tricky in that way, and especially when it comes to guns, he's strong, and he's a pretty skilled hand-to-hand fighter and all that. So, I think mainly Gregory kind of is one of those conniving characters that kind of finds a way up, right? He kind of slithers his way up up like a snake and stabs people in the back, and is very crafty at stuff like that, very into game theory, gaming, that kind of thing. So that's kind of where I see Gregory in the way I see him, which, can be very, very effective. But, you would like to see them have somebody as a leader like Ezekiel or maybe Rick, who is a bit more ethical, a bit more righteous, a bit stronger of a leader in terms of that way. But yeah, you had Deanna, of course, who was the leader of Alexandria, and obviously that's not coming from a strength position, but at least not in terms of physical prowess, but in terms of ownership and learning how to lead and everything like that. There's more to it obviously than just Negan type of top level alpha leadership, I want to say. The Chronic says, Q&A Trev, do you think Morales will come back as Beta from the... And I've seen a lot of crap in the comments. So you guys are back. The trolls are back. So welcome back, guys. It's good to see you guys again. I missed you guys. Happy to see that you're back now. Somebody said a bunch of 10-year-olds in the comments, so that's fine. So welcome back, guys. It's good to see you guys. And feel free to leave another troll comment below. Always appreciate it. Welcome back, guys. I kind of missed you during the break. Tyler9698 says, Trev Q&A, who do you think will die first, Sasha or Rosita? Both of their characters don't have much to do anymore. Well, I think Rosita, they found something for her to do, which is to be a super badass chick, which is awesome. Sasha, yeah, I think Sasha's going to be... I've done predictions on that for months now, and that's what I've kind of felt all the way through. Trev, I'm checking myself before he wrecks himself. Yeah, that's cute. That's fun. Did Nicotero seem like a blabbering jackass to you on Talking Dead? His words, not my words. Nicotero Wolverine's that shit, though, right? He's the best there is at what he does. So if he wants to be a little bit cocky, hey, what are you going to do, right? It's what it is. He's amazing at what he does, and we should just be happy that he's even still involved in the show after 7 years. So if he wants to be a little cocky about how good he is, fine. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. Light My Way says, hey, Trev, Q&A, what do you think is more important, storytelling or shock value in The Walking Dead? Calvin, Light My Way. So, storytelling or shock value. Shock value is used throughout The Walking Dead, but a lot of the deaths are very meaningful. You don't just have stuff that's trying to grab the attention of the viewer or beating people over the head with stuff just to keep them, tuning in or keep them watching. I really do feel like The Walking Dead story is really incredible, and the Kirkman did a great job of kind of crafting the whole thing in the comic book series, and the TV series has done an incredible job of taking that and faithfully adapting it while changing enough things to keep it fresh and original. So, definitely storytelling for Walking Dead. You have deaths too, and I think that's part of the storytelling, though, because if you want to take like a zombie apocalypse scenario realistically, that's what you would have. You would have character deaths, you would have people dying, you would have war and all this kind of stuff, and the breakdown of civilization, and a lot of evil characters in that would survive. A lot of evil people would survive because they would steal from others, they would do what they need to do in order to make it, and yeah, it's good stuff. Grant Bedoya says, love you, Trevin. I love you guys too, man. Thanks, Grant. Jackson Beller says, where's Gabriel? The junkyard? So probably, Jackson. We'll see. If you missed the videos on the weekend, then check them out. I think that's where he is, yeah. And then we'll just do one more from Notorious Saint, who says, what are you going to do when The Walking Dead's over? I'm going to keep killing it, Notorious Saint. That's what I'm going to do. We'll just continue making stuff. Whatever I'm interested in, we're going to continue doing. So I've done whole videos on that as well, too. So really excited for the second episode of the second half of The Walking Dead Season 7, and very excited for the finale. Can't wait to see all the action and everything. We'll keep it a little bit short for today's video, guys. That'll be it for this one, because we've done some extended Q&As already this week, almost 20-minute long videos, some of them. And if you guys like this video today and the news about more action in the finale, I know I do, you can thumb it up below. You can also share. You can favorite. If you're new and you want to subscribe, bottom left to subscribe. That's it for this video. I'll see you guys again tomorrow for another Trev. Same piece. Later, guys. See ya. What do you want us to do? I don't know, viewer. How about a subscription? Do you think that might be in order? Or is that too much to ask?